Good morning. So today I'm gonna do a video discussing something that I was kind of curious about. I did some digging and didn't really get any answers. So I'm gonna give y'all answers in case you were curious. So a lot of times on people's YouTube channels, there'll be an option to purchase tokens or stars or whatever to support the channel, or people will link their Cash App, their PayPal, their Venmo, whatever, and say, here are the links if you want to support the channel. And for a while, because you guys know I'm relatively new to the whole YouTuber thing, I was wondering, like, why are we financially supporting content? Like, where does that money go? Like, I kind of wondered, like, is this person, like, gently pandering for me to pay their Wi-Fi bill because I watched their video? Or, you know what I mean? Like, is this just like your egg fund or your emergency money, or if I sponsor your channel in some way, by making a monetary donation, am I paying for your morning cup of coffee? Like what is the purpose? You know what I mean? And a lot of that is, I tend to overthink and overanalyze things. So I'm really big on always trying to, like, really fully understand any and everything, which has been a blessing and a curse, let me tell you. So I asked a few people who have YouTube channels what they do with the money that people give them, right? And I got, most people were unwilling to even answer the question. Like, they were like, my money, my business. But it seems that it's very diverse. It seems that some people say that money that's given, like, to them via their YouTube channel, is their bread and butter, is how they pay their bills and survive. Other people have said, well, someone, sponsors or donates to my channel, I use that money to invest more into my channel to try to grow it, like maybe a laptop or some type of technology upgrades or lighting or whatever, which makes a lot of sense to me. You know what I mean? It makes sense to me that if I'm watching your videos and I like your videos, and I have a few extra dollars and I just feel like being nice and doing something for somebody, that I might shoot you a couple dollars, and then you use that money for equipment, um, or whatever it is you need to make your channel more interesting, or even just keep it afloat. But I know for me personally, like, if anybody was to, like, Cash App or PayPal me any money, as a donation to my channel, um, I think for me, right now, the main things that are financially pressing in my life is the 2 weeks a month, my youngest child is home, having funds to do things and make memories with him, especially because, as we all know, I'm likely going to be incarcerated soon, and I will miss out on so much for months or years to come. Um, if it were to be like a significant income source, I guess, or whatever, if there was other money, I think I would keep that and put that towards either one, my surviving my incarceration, because when you get to the feds, you need to have like 350 just to get your basics, your grays, your radio, your basic hygiene, OTC meds, a little bit of food, yeah, stationery, postage stamps, be able to make a couple phone calls, which I know now they're getting the COVID minutes. The phone call thing temporarily is not an expense. Um, check emails, send emails, that kind of thing. Um, but in the event that I wasn't incarcerated, I think any money that I had put aside to get through my incarceration, oh, and then, like, just surviving in the Fed, you're looking at about buck 50 a month. By buck, I mean $100. To not even be like living well, but just living reasonably. Um, but then, I was thinking too, like, if I wasn't to be incarcerated, then any funds that had been put aside for my incarceration would instead be used for me to get back on my feet. I've moved in with family. Me and my youngest child have, and things have just really been overwhelming and crazy, especially because, I try to do as much as I can in every way, including financially, for those close to me right now, because I feel horrible about the fact that there will likely be a time, the time that I'm incarcerated, where I'll be able to do nothing for nobody, and And I really just, it kind of makes me sick to my stomach, you know, because I'm an independent person for the most part, for me to be in a position where I'm just like, hi, how's your day? Please help, please help. You know, I have low blood sugar, I need noodles. You know, I'm out of deodorant and I'm almost out of shampoo. You know, I don't want to be that person. Like, I've never been a buddy hustler. I've never been someone who, my financial survival or my day-to-day survival was based upon the generosity of others. I've always been kind of a go-getter. And, you know, when you're incarcerated, unless you're willing to take, you know, chances with your freedom while you're incarcerated, which I'm not, because I need to get home to my children and my loved ones. But, you know, you're really just at a very vulnerable point. I mean, unless you go in with, you know, because with the feds, you can have as much money on your books, you know, as you want. You have $10 million on your books if you want. But unless you go in with enough money to ride it out, and then ride out your re-entry, which is going to be expensive. I mean, think about it. You know, you're coming home from prison, or you're in a halfway house. You know, you have no car, you have no phone, you have nothing. Nothing. And no income. And you got to just figure it out. You know what I mean? Legally, with people looking over your shoulder, monitoring your every move. And, you know, I would imagine that is an incredibly difficult struggle for a lot of folks. For most folks, I would imagine. Unless you have a whole lot of like family and friend support, and these happen to be people who are financially comfortable enough to really just kind of give you a hand up through that, which, you know, my people are not doing, are not that well off, you know, for me to just have, you know, no worries when I come home about reentry. But yeah, so anyway, so to address the thing that I was curious about, that I think you may be curious about, you know, if you financially contribute, if you sponsor, or, you know, buy coin stars, whatever, people do different little things, I guess, try to make it more interesting and maybe make it seem less like a pandering situation from a person's YouTube channel. Then you know, what they do with that money is very individualized based upon the individual person. Now, once people are monetized, and you know when a person is monetized because then there are ads on their videos. I feel like if a person is monetized, I would be less likely to make a financial contribution to their channel. And I think that's because I know that, you know, if you're monetized, if you have ads running on your channel, and if I enjoy your content, particularly if it's a person's channel, not like a business channel, you know, or like a major corporation or a major law firm, you know, I watch a lot of law videos. But or like, you know, whatever, Weed TV or something. But if it's an individual person and an ad comes on, I tend to not skip them. I tend to just go ahead and let them run, because I know these people make it, you know, a little bit of money off of that. And I know once people become monetized through YouTube, a lot of times it is for them, you know, a source of income that they actually depend upon, you know, for their financial survival or growth, you know, or economic survival or growth. But anywho, and of course, you know, in the description, I'll put my Cash App and my YouTube in case you want to contribute to the Fed Phoenix Incarceration Fund, because that's pretty much, you know, what it boils down to more often than not. And like I said, if I don't get incarcerated, you know, then obviously any monies given would be used towards, you know, just rebuilding my life, you know, getting, you know, me and my youngest child our own place again, you know, just getting everything that comes with that, you know, getting settled, you know, paying for gas to do things I need to do, you know, which sometimes gets a little difficult as is, that kind of thing. So anywho, so in case you're wondering, when someone says something about sponsoring their channel or donating to their channel, you know, this is really kind of what it boils down to. It's kind of an overview. So if you like the video, feel free to share the video. If you found this interesting, feel free to subscribe. Hit the little notification dingy bell if you want notifications when I drop new content. As you all know, there's a very high probability that soon I will be incarcerated and I'll be unable to use the internet, including YouTube, for a period of months or years. So during that time, I won't be able to respond to anybody. I won't be able to put out any new content. If during that time you want to be financially supportive, you can go on BOP, you can Google BOP, which is Bureau of Prisons, Inmate Finder, and put in my name. My full government name is in the description of all the videos. As is my inmate number, 49815-509 is my Fed number. So, anywho, but, but hit the notifications bell when I come home, if you want to see, because I know when I come home, I know that my experience of being incarcerated will give me a plethora of new information, new experiences, probably some funny or interesting stories, to add to this, because that'll kind of be like the second half of my journey through the federal justice system, pre-incarceration, pre-sentence, post-sentence and post-incarceration. So anyhow, just my random thoughts this morning. Hope everyone has a blessed day, and I'll holler at y'all later. Good day. God bless.